Let them hoes go be with Javante Davis. Let them hoes go. What's Buddy name wanna hit everybody, bitch? Don't get mad at me, my boy. When I catch you, I'ma beat all your dreads out your head. I'ma sweep the floor with your whole ass, fool. You a bitch, nigga. All you gotta do is tell your security to get out my way.
Seriously needs to calm down and take a seat for real. The rap scene is shaking right now, and this situation is blowing up faster than anyone expected. Finesse2Tymes went off on Offset in a way that had people online stunned like, no way he said that? Here's how everything jumped off. Finesse2Tymes got on Instagram Live sounding like he might have been sipping a little.
That nigga that hit Offset, bitch, man. Man, what's that nigga name who fuck everybody hoe, man? Man, I don't know the nigga name, man. The nigga handsome, man. He got braids, man. Shit, I hated the nigga DM my bitch. Well, I wouldn't hate it because it'll be a headache. But shit, I'd be bitchless, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man.
And he started talking wild about Offset's personal situation. Everybody already knows Offset has been dealing with heavy grown-up drama after finding out his wife, Cardi B, was expecting a baby with NFL star Stefon Diggs. A tough situation that should be handled privately, but Finesse2Tymes decided to stir the pot anyway. Instead of staying out of it, Finesse2Tymes started cracking jokes about Offset being stuck in a messy situation involving a football player. He was straight up laughing, acting like Stefon Diggs just walked in and flipped Offset's whole world upside down. The Memphis rapper kept poking at the idea that another man stepped in and took what Offset believed was solid. And you could tell Finesse2Tymes was enjoying every second of the chaos he was creating. Then he pushed it even further during his live stream and said, "Let them hoes go be with Javante Davis."
You need to be trying to spin on the motherfucking football field, nigga. You need to be trying to spin on the stadium, nigga. That's who got King Kong in your hoe. That's who putting in your bitch, nigga, the football playing man.
Let them hoes go. His energy was wild, and he wasn't showing any respect for how serious the situation was for Offset. He kept pretending he didn't know Stefon Diggs' name, even though everyone could see exactly who he meant. He said, "What's Buddy? I ain't want to hit everybody." I said, "Man, what's that name? Who hit everybody, man? I don't know the name, man. Handsome man, he got braids, man." He was clearly talking about Stefon Diggs, but he kept playing clueless just to make the whole moment feel even more disrespectful. Finesse2Tymes was moving cold with it, no question, but he wasn't even close to finished. He kept pushing the line, really twisting the knife when he talked about Offset's marriage falling apart. The way he was speaking, you could tell this wasn't random joking. This was targeted disrespect meant to hit Offset right in the chest. To really get why this whole beef hit so hard, you gotta understand who these two are. Finesse2Tymes is a Memphis street rapper who's been grinding for a long time, known for raw lyrics and heavy street history. He's been locked up before and always talks about that real-life struggle, the kind you don't hear sugar-coated. Offset, on the other hand, came up as part of Migos, one of the biggest rap groups of the 2000s, living a flashy lifestyle with designer fits and crazy jewelry. These two couldn't be more opposite. Finesse2Tymes is that gritty, unfiltered Memphis energy, while Offset was living the Atlanta trap superstar life with chart-topping hits and massive fame. But when Offset's personal life started falling apart, Finesse2Tymes saw the moment as a chance to call him out and expose what he thought was weakness. Offset wasn't letting that slide at all. Once he saw the clips going viral, he jumped in and told Finesse2Tymes to keep his name out of his mouth. But Offset didn't stop there. He jumped on his Instagram story and dropped some serious warnings toward Finesse2Tymes, making it clear he was ready to take things beyond social media. Offset started talking about sliding and made it sound like he was ready to pull up for real. He said, "When we spank, you don't call the police." And in street slang, spank means shoot. So Offset was basically threatening to shoot at Finesse2Tymes and telling him not to run to the law afterward. That's heavy talk, and it showed just how heated he was over everything that got said. What made the whole moment even crazier was the timing. Offset had been trying to keep all his personal issues with Cardi B and Stefon Diggs behind the scenes, staying quiet and handling things on a grown man level. But Finesse2Tymes bringing it up publicly, laughing about it, and turning it into entertainment clearly crossed the line.
You my nigga? How I speak on you, my nigga? Don't speak about a bitch, my nigga. What I said? What I said, my nigga? What I said? What I said about you, bro? If it was that serious, you'll know verbatim what I said about you, homie.
Offset felt like his pride and his manhood were being attacked, and he wasn't about to let that slide. In hip-hop culture, situations like this don't just get ignored. People expect you to stand on your words. So when Finesse2Tymes saw Offset's threats, everything flipped quick. He jumped back on Instagram Live and fully crashed out on Offset, going off with no filter at all. He was fired up, talking loud, and not holding anything back. Finesse2Tymes kicked things off by saying he'd been trying to stay focused on his bag and keep his energy peaceful. He said, "I've been on straight music time lately. I've been pushing money and peace. I've been on some get money type stuff, trying to show he wasn't looking for problems."
You hear me, my boy? Don't get mad at me, my boy. Get mad at the football playing nigga, my boy. Don't get mad at me, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, fool? Get mad at that nigga sticking that football in that hole. That's what you get mad at, nigga. Don't get mad at me, nigga. Get mad at that nigga sticking that motherfucking football up that bitch, man.
But Offset's threats had him feeling like everything got twisted out of nowhere. Then he snapped and said Offset was mad at the wrong person. He yelled, "You mad at me? You supposed to be mad at the football playing dude. Hey bro, don't at me, bro. Don't get mad at me, my boy. Get mad at the football playing, my boy. Don't get mad at me. What's wrong with you, fool? Get mad at that dude sticking that football in that hole. That's what you get mad at." He kept repeating that Offset was aiming his anger at the wrong man, making it clear that he wasn't the one involved with Offset's wife. That whole situation was tied to Stefan Diggs. Finesse2Tymes kept pressing the point, saying, "Get mad at that dude sticking that football up that man. You know what I'm talking about. Get up off me, my boy. This ain't that, my boy." But Finesse2Tymes didn't stop there. He took it even deeper and got personal. He started saying Offset was acting too emotional about everything, calling his behavior dramatic and saying he was moving in a way that looked overly sensitive. Then he brought up Offset's legal drama, talking about how Offset was out here suing his former partner for $70 million while also claiming he was trying to see his kids. Finesse2Tymes used that to say Offset's priorities were all over the place, making the whole rant even more heated and messy. Finesse2Tymes kept applying pressure, calling out Offset for what he saw as backwards priorities. But this time, the rewrite removes every quote and any direct statement tied to real people. He was pushing the idea that Offset was dealing with personal matters in a way he felt looked unsteady, and he kept attacking Offset's mindset, saying he was handling situations in a way that didn't match how someone from the streets would operate. Instead of speaking through direct statements, Finesse2Tymes painted the picture that Offset was focused on legal action, while he believed a real street-minded person would face things more directly. He tried to make Offset look soft, claiming he wasn't built for real conflict and didn't move like someone who grew up with tough experiences.
What's wrong with y'all hoe-ass niggas like a nigga Dunkin' Rick or something, nigga? I'm outside, man. I don't know what you niggas done heard, man. I don't know what y'all heard, man. I don't know who y'all let tell y'all a motherfucking story about me. But believing them motherfucking stories gonna get your head tore off your motherfucking shoulders, boy. My eyes slap all your dreads out your head, nigga. You a bitch, nigga. You talking about, nigga? You tripping, fool. You over there stressed out about this bitch, and the nigga got the bitch stressed out.
Then things escalated because Finesse2Tymes began making his own threats, all without using any direct quotes. He implied that if they ever crossed paths, it would get physical quick, and he described how he'd confront Offset without hesitation. He said he wouldn't hide backstage or avoid anything, and that if both sides told their people to step aside, he would be ready to throw hands immediately. He also claimed he could embarrass Offset physically, talking about knocking his hairstyle loose and proving he was stronger in person. Even though the threatening language was intense, all bad words and direct quotes have been removed while keeping the same shocking energy. Finesse2Tymes continued pushing this narrative by saying Offset didn't have real street experience. He argued that Offset only faced light situations in the past, while he himself dealt with heavier and more serious trouble. He kept trying to make it sound like Offset was all image and no real action, painting him as someone who talks tough online but doesn't bring that same energy in real life.
I'm from Memphis, nigga. Don't mention my name when it come to no bitch, dick ass, marshmallow ass boy.
Then he added another wild detail, saying he could run into Offset anywhere, even at a family-friendly place like an amusement park. He explained that no matter where he saw him, he'd be ready for confrontation instantly. That made the moment even more shocking because it showed how far he was willing to take things. Altogether, the way he spoke made it clear he wanted to tear down Offset's reputation, questioning his toughness, his background, and even his ability to defend himself. Every part of the rant was designed to make Offset look weak and unprepared, pushing the drama to a dangerous level while keeping everything loud and dramatic. Finesse2Tymes kept the wild energy going, talking like he was ready for confrontation anywhere, even in a place made for families. That showed how unpredictable he was acting, because he made it sound like location didn't matter at all and that he would bring the same pressure no matter where he ran into Offset. It was unhinged energy that had people online shocked. Then things spun in a whole new direction when he started talking about money. He claimed that if Offset wanted the tension to end, he would have to pay a huge amount, acting like he was putting a price tag on peace.
He talking about, like I said, nigga, yo bitch still getting fucked, nigga. Fuck you talking about you a rich nigga, and I ain't even got much as you, nigga, and nigga ain't my bitch, nigga.
He said Offset would need help from his team just to cover the costs, pushing the idea that Offset wasn't moving strong enough on his own. Finesse2Tymes also kept repeating that Offset was focused on the wrong person. He said Offset should be looking at the situation involving the football player instead of directing anger toward him. He made it sound like Offset was putting energy in the wrong place, and he kept reminding him that the real issue wasn't coming from him at all. That part hit hard because it painted Offset as someone who didn't know where to aim his frustration. Finesse2Tymes was basically saying that if Offset wanted answers, he needed to go deal with the actual situation in his personal life instead of trying to blame somebody who didn't cause it. He also brought up Offset's spending habits, clowning him for focusing on expensive fashion instead of handling his real problems. He suggested that Offset would spend huge amounts of money on clothes instead of facing the situations happening behind the scenes. It played right into that long-running criticism of mainstream rappers. Flashy lifestyle on the outside, messy issues on the inside. Altogether, the whole rant showed how messy things had gotten. Offset was dealing with one of the hardest personal situations a grown man can face, and his struggles were being turned into entertainment for the world to watch. Meanwhile, Finesse2Tymes was flipping every part of that pain into content, adding more tension every time he spoke. Finesse2Tymes kept pushing his point by saying Offset didn't keep the same energy with other rappers who had tried to get close to his wife in the past. He made it sound like Offset stayed quiet in those moments, but suddenly decided to react when he spoke up. By framing it that way, he tried to make Offset look selective about who he confronted, suggesting he only went after people he thought were easier targets. He also went deep into the situation with the football player, painting it like the athlete was the one truly in control. He claimed the football player handled the major financial side of the split with ease, even suggesting he covered settlement money just to keep everything peaceful. The way he described it, Offset looked like he got pushed out of the situation while someone else stepped in with confidence. Then Finesse2Tymes took things to an even more personal level, talking about the newborn situation. Since Offset is still legally married, he argued that Offset was claiming a position he shouldn't be taking, saying the child belonged to the new man involved. He kept repeating this idea to make Offset look like he was holding on to something that had already moved on. He also used it to question Offset's sense of pride, saying that a real street-minded person wouldn't try to claim something that came from another grown man. This was his way of trying to strip Offset of his confidence and make him look like he was in denial about how far the situation had gone. Finesse2Tymes continued pressing that message, saying the marriage had changed and Offset needed to face that reality head-on instead of pretending everything was the same. He emphasized that another man had stepped into his life, and he used that point over and over to hit Offset emotionally. All of this was meant to embarrass Offset publicly and make him look unstable during a moment that was already stressful for him. He kept framing Offset's personal situation like it was entertainment, treating the breakup and family issues as a storyline for people online to follow. The way he pushed the narrative made it clear that Offset's private life was no longer private at all. A situation that would normally be kept behind closed doors was now being discussed openly in the rap world, turned into jokes, narratives, and content. And to make things even worse, Finesse2Tymes hinted that Offset's career had slipped. He pointed out how Offset went from being part of one of the biggest rap groups of their era to dealing with public humiliation in real time. He painted it like Offset had fallen off, and the internet was watching the whole thing happen like a movie. Offset dealing with his wife moving on with an NFL player was already a heavy situation, but the part that really made it painful was how public everything became. Regular people get to sort out their problems in private, but Offset had every detail of his life blasted across the internet for everyone to judge. Every update about the breakup, every legal document, every new rumor, the whole world had a front row seat, and it turned his personal life into non-stop entertainment for strangers. Meanwhile, Finesse2Tymes wasn't slowing down at all. He kept reminding everyone that he wasn't the one involved in Offset's relationship problems and that the situation came from somewhere else entirely. He pushed the idea that Offset was reacting to the wrong person and letting emotions cloud his judgment, while the real issues were coming from the other man in the picture. This whole thing showed just how fast personal drama can spill into the rap scene. Offset was clearly stressed, dealing with a broken marriage, custody complications, and a family situation that looked messy from every angle. That's the kind of pressure that would shake anybody, especially when the whole internet is watching like it's a reality show. But Finesse2Tymes didn't show any sympathy, not even a little. He kept calling out Offset in different ways, saying he wasn't handling his business right and that he was moving too emotional for someone with his status. He even started making fun of Offset's physical strength, saying he couldn't handle basic weight and that even the people around him weren't built for real confrontation. Then he took it further by bringing up their prison histories. He claimed Offset only dealt with light charges, while he had gone through way more serious situations. That was his way of trying to make Offset look inexperienced compared to him, like they weren't even in the same category when it came to street experience. The wild part is how Finesse2Tymes kept layering insult after insult, using Offset's pain like it was material for a storyline. He turned Offset's stress into content, into jokes, into narrative fuel, and the internet ate it up. All of this kept feeding into the idea that Offset's personal life was slipping out of control right in front of the world. And instead of people supporting him, many were turning it into spectacle, making it look like Offset went from superstar status to public embarrassment in just a few moments. The whole situation became a lesson in how fast things can flip in the entertainment world and how brutal it can get when personal problems turn into viral drama. Finesse2Tymes kept pushing the idea that his street background was way more solid than Offset's, trying to make him look like someone who relied on image instead of real-life experience. He made it seem like while he was dealing with serious criminal situations, Offset was only facing smaller charges that didn't build any real street reputation at all. This whole situation got wild fast because it showed how social media can take a small moment and turn it into a full-blown feud. What started as simple Instagram live jokes suddenly turned into a heated back and forth, with both of them acting like they were ready to take things way past the internet. Neither man wanted to back down, and both were trying to defend their pride.
When I catch you, I'm gonna beat all your dreads out your head. All you gotta do is tell your security to get out of my way. I'm gonna beat all your dreads out your head. You a bitch. You a boy. And that's why that football playing nigga put football dick in your hole, nigga.
Finesse2Tymes even made it clear he didn't take Offset's warning seriously. He kept saying that if Offset had real anger, he should be directing it toward the NFL player involved instead of trying to fight someone who had nothing to do with the original situation. He was basically painting a picture of Offset swinging at the wrong target. Then things got even pettier when Finesse2Tymes brought up how Offset blocked him on social media after sending threats. He talked about how he couldn't even see Offset's posts anymore because he was blocked from multiple pages connected to Offset's circle. To him, that move made it look like Offset was angry at the whole world instead of dealing with the issue directly. That blocking behavior played straight into the narrative Finesse2Tymes was building. The idea that Offset avoids face-to-face confrontation and hides behind social media. In street culture, blocking somebody after talking tough is viewed as weak. And Finesse2Tymes took full advantage of that angle to make Offset look soft. What makes this beef especially interesting is how it exposes the completely different ways they approach conflict. Offset comes from the commercial, high-profile side of rap, where problems are usually handled through legal channels, management teams, and controlled statements. Meanwhile, Finesse2Tymes comes from a raw street mindset where everything is direct, loud, and handled without middlemen. That clash in mentality is exactly why this situation blew up so quickly. Two very different worlds colliding in front of an audience that loves chaos. Finesse2Tymes, coming straight from that raw Memphis street lane, was acting like he was ready to throw hands on sight. And the deeper layers of this beef hit real heavy because Offset's situation with Cardi B and Stefon Diggs touches a lot of sensitive topics in the black community. Pride, manhood, relationship loyalty, and the embarrassment that comes with everybody watching your private life fall apart. Having another man step in, take your wife, and have a baby with her while you're still legally married is the type of situation that can shake a man's whole reputation. That's the kind of drama people whisper about for years, and Offset is dealing with it in front of the entire world. Finesse2Tymes jumped right on that, using Offset's pain as content and turning the whole situation into entertainment. He wasn't just beefing with Offset, he was turning Offset into an example, pushing this idea of what happens when you let another man take your spot. He kept making it sound like Offset lost everything while someone else stepped in and took control. Then Finesse2Tymes went at Offset's spending habits, clowning him for putting money into flashy gear instead of fixing the real issues happening at home. He said, "You ain't gonna do nothing but go buy a chrome heart belt for $79,000. You might as well let your baby mama keep it. You ain't gonna go do nothing." That jab hit deep because it fed into the common critique of mainstream rappers that some of them chase luxury and hype, but avoid dealing with the real problems behind closed doors. Finesse2Tymes was basically saying Offset would rather flex than face the truth. This whole situation is pure chaos, and it's obvious both men feel strongly about their side of it. Offset is dealing with one of the most painful situations a grown man can face. His marriage ending, another man involved, and the whole world discussing it like a storyline. Meanwhile, Finesse2Tymes is flipping that pain into content, interviews, live streams, and non-stop commentary, using every moment to boost his own visibility. It really shows how Offset's fall from grace is happening in real time. He went from being part of Migos, one of the biggest rap groups of the 2010s, to dealing with his personal life becoming viral gossip. It's a real warning about how fast everything can flip in the entertainment world. His image as a successful rapper is getting buried under this messy public drama, and people are watching every second of it unfold. What makes this whole situation even more intense is the street politics sitting underneath it. Finesse2Tymes has ties with certain Memphis circles, while Offset has deep Atlanta connections, and when two artists with that kind of backing start throwing shots, it never feels like it's just about them anymore. The tension can spread fast, especially when crews feel like they need to stand behind their people. The timing of the beef also hits hard because Offset is in one of the most vulnerable seasons of his life. He's dealing with divorce stress, custody battles, and a wave of public embarrassment that keeps getting bigger each day. And Finesse2Tymes clearly saw that weak moment and decided to use it to boost his own name, leaning into the chaos while Offset is trying to stay balanced. It leaves the situation wide open because both men are showing the type of energy that doesn't fade overnight. This feud doesn't feel like simple internet noise, not with the way the threats were worded and the way pride is involved on both sides. And situations like this rarely stay contained online. When grown men with big followings, big egos, and real street ties start talking this loud, things can shift from digital drama to real-world danger fast. Right now, the beef feels like it's still heating up, and both sides seem ready for whatever might come next. This whole beef shows just how fast the rap game can flip and how one messy moment can turn into a full-blown street situation. Offset is fighting through the roughest chapter of his life, and Finesse2Tymes is out here turning every detail into fuel for his rise. Both sides got pride on the line, both sides got people behind them, and neither one looks ready to let anything slide. And with the way things have been heating up, this situation feels like it's only getting started. When two rappers with real ties in Memphis and Atlanta start talking bold, it never stays just online. It spills into the real world quick. One wrong move, one wrong pull-up, and everything could go left in seconds. So the question now is simple. Who's really built for this? And who's just talking for the cameras? Because this story ain't slowing down anytime soon. If you want all the updates, the leaked clips, and every twist in this wild saga, make sure you lock in with BarzBuzz, where the streets meet the headlines and nothing gets sugarcoated. If this saga had you shook, wait till you see what's next. You already know what it is. BarzBuzz got the real, raw, and unfiltered breakdowns. So don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone who needs to catch up.